Hi, how are you? In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about rat foods. We're going to do this similar to my fleece video where I did a pros and cons, and we're going to talk about the two options that are available for rat foods. So stay tuned. So there's two options that you can get within the US and Europe, and that is Kibble that you buy at the store and a mix. And by get, I mean that you can make, because I'll be honest, store-bought mixes are crap and you should really never ever buy them for your rat. If you want to talk about that, I'd be happy to do so in the comments. For Kibble, we have a few pros. The first is that it's available online and in many stores. You can also rest assured that it is nutritionally balanced straight out of the bag. It has no need to supplement, so you don't have to provide vitamins or fresh foods or anything like that. And it's inexpensive if you're a pet owner. It's not enriching by default. Enrichment is something that you as the pet owner can change. It's not adaptable to all life stages, and it can be very expensive if you are breeding, because breeders often need to buy in bulk because they have so many animals that they need to feed. I will say there are a couple of Kibble brands that you should stay away from. The first is KT. And I'm gonna go on a limb here and mention that Missouri is not really great either. It's fine if you're breeding, however, the protein content is really too high. It was recently brought out, I believe it's at 18% protein, and rats need 16 to like 12, depending on what life stage they're at. It can cause health issues later if they're given too much protein. So you don't want that. However, good options are things like Oxbow, Science Selective, those are all fine. However, even Oxbow, you have to be careful. There is a food that Oxbow makes called Young Rat and Mouse, I believe, and you want to avoid that one. It has more protein than is needed, and it has other ingredients that are different kinds of grasses. They are just fillers and they're basically worthless. So you're paying extra money for a food that your rat isn't actually going to get as many nutrients from. Also, they have one called Garden Select that is unfortunately not very rat friendly either, because it also has too many wheat grasses and orchard grasses and things like that. Rats don't need those in their diet. You're just wasting money on food, basically. Instead, you want Oxbow Essentials Regal Rat. I'll pop a picture up here. That one's fine. For a mix, your real only option is to make it yourself at home. There's lots of recipes for these on the internet, but as far as I know, there's only two that are nutritionally sound, and that is Shunamite and Subies. There is a great video that Isamu Rats has up on how to do it if you're in Europe. And if you're in the US, there is a lovely Facebook group that I joined that helped me specifically with my goals for my mix. Okay, so let's talk about pros and cons. The pros is that a mix can be very adaptable for various life stages. If you need to change it because suddenly you've switched from males to females, or you've taken in some pregnant rats, or you're breeding, or that sort of thing. This can be tweaked for that reason to make the protein levels go up or down. You can change it based on various ingredients that you have available to you, especially if you're buying locally sourced things. It's also enriching from the get-go, which is really nice. So you don't technically have to use foraging toys and stuff, but I'm still planning to because it makes it extra enriching. It can also be very inexpensive if you are bulk buying and if you're a breeder. The cons of a mix, however, are that it is expensive unless you are bulk buying online or through co-ops or things like that. You need lots of things to put it together, and that means you need to store all of those things in some way so that they don't go bad. You will also need to supplement with vitamins or fresh foods multiple times a week, depending on the mix and the age of your rats. So that's something to keep in mind. It must be weighed to prevent overfeeding. You also must DIY it, which making it at home yourself. Or there is a place now in the US that you can buy it pre-mixed up, and that is the Natural Rat. I'll leave a link in the description. You can also buy it online via places like Rat Rations, if I remember correctly. Can't wait to talk to you in the comments. Bye! What are y'all chewing on? Stop chewing. I'm making a video over here.